point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's it. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny. Whatever you are seeing and hearing, I promise you, will not live your life the same.
Leadership is not a day's job, it's a daily job. It takes time to change the mindset.
The human mind functions like a camera, and any image that is established on the film or memory card is what is printed out for you on the postcard. Whatever picture it finds in your heart and mind is what it prints out for you in real life. That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
I promise you, where you're getting your best results will always lean towards your unique ability.
Ultimately, what you focus on will define your identity. It will move from I can't do this, I don't have this, to I am not this. It doesn't take long for I don't have money to become I am poor. What you focus on ultimately will shape your sense of identity, because what you believe is what you become.
Whenever Dr. Sam speaks, your mind is going to be blown. Nothing less than what he always delivers.
He still doesn't run out of inspiration. Every time you listen to him, you're still inspired. He's been doing this over many years. It's like he doesn't age doing it.
Just by mere meeting him, he has shifted my capacity.
Energetic, engaging, and filled with a lot of revelation and information that can change your life and move us from where we are now to the next level. Dr. Sam Adeyemi is the real deal.
It is when we find ourselves in very difficult circumstances, impossible circumstances, that actually is when our best potentials are released. We're tougher than the tough times. Hello there. If you're old enough, you'll remember the logarithm tables. I know that may sound strange to young people, but these were tables that we used to simplify complex calculations in mathematics when I was in high school. The calculators came and took them out. That's exactly what AI is doing. So I'm excited that Alicia Little, the queen of AI, will be with us at the Shift Leadership Conference USA on September 13 at the College Park Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland. Now, Alicia teaches how you can prompt AI to reply your email, reply to the reply, set of appointments for you, and then put it in your calendar. She'll say a whole lot more, and we'll have our other speakers there, right? But this is the important thing. I am happy to announce that we'll be streaming live. You can join us from anywhere in the world. So register right away, and I'll see you on September 13. Hello there. If you're This is a shout out to all of our sponsorship partners for the Shift Leadership Conference USA holding at the College Park Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland on September 13. We'd just like to say a big thank you to you, because practically everyone attending has their attendance subsidized because of the level of excellence we are able to execute. Also, you're making it possible for us to bring in college undergrads and high school students on full scholarship. Thank you. Thank you, because in our community, we believe that leadership is simply ability to influence one or more people to achieve great goals. So everyone can lead, but most people don't know it, don't develop their influence, and never use the influence. Thank you for making this possible. Our world is getting better. Thank you. That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's it. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny. Whatever you are seeing and hearing, I promise you, will not live your life the same.
Leadership is not a day's job, it's a daily job. It takes time to change the mindset.
The human mind functions like a camera, and any image that is established on the film or memory card is what is printed out for you on the postcard. Whatever picture it finds in your heart and mind is what it prints out for you in real life.
My experience was
Time when you are going to make a big shift to the next level in your life? Well, the Shift Conference USA is going to be your launch pad. Saturday, the 13th of September, 2025, all roads lead to the College Park Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland, and we're going to have the Shift Conference. General session 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the VIP session 1:30 p.m. to about 4 p.m. This is going to be revolutionary. Of course, there's going to be the breakfast meet and greet for people in the VIP and founders levels, and launch comes with the VIP session in the afternoon. We're going to discuss entrepreneurship, and we're going to cover various aspects of success and leadership. Wow, big thanks to all of our partnership sponsors for making this conference possible. Now, this conference is going to be oversubscribed within a short time because we have a long wait list. Register right away and see you on September 13th.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days reset program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day reset. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things. And it has really helped me.
Wow.
Oh, it has helped me.
Wow.
I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
I joined the
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to our Leadership Live. How has your day been? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome. Good to see you, Benjamin and Timothy, and my friend Ann Bruce from Santa Barbara, California. Thank you, MMS. Mathematics made simple. Thank you, Dr. Stephen from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Kahide. Psalm 7 is a regular from Kumasi, Ghana. This is always a global event because we are a global community of people who are taking leadership seriously. I often share the story. In fact, I remember this story much more often than I share it. When I was in high school, we would have what you call the inter-house sports because we were grouped into houses. And then we would have once a year inter-house sports where the houses would compete in various sports and athletics. So this particular year, there was this young man, I think he was a class ahead of me, 1 or 2 classes ahead of me. And then early in the morning, long before the inter-house sports, nobody was preparing for nothing yet. He would come out in his tracksuit and he would be running alone, all alone on the tracks, like that. And he was timing himself. So to us all, it was just funny, right? All by himself. The reason why I have never forgotten, right? Over 40 years now, the reason why I have not forgotten is because when it now came time for the inter-house sports, the gentleman swept the medals in the sprints, right? All of us were chanting, chanting his nickname. And my brain made the connection. In fact, the older I have gotten, the more I have come to appreciate what happened. It was not magic, and it was not luck. the preparation had direct impact on his success. It's amazing. So I've come to realize most of my work is strategic. The work of the farmer is strategic. You know, you want a harvest of potatoes or a harvest of corn, you know what to do. Long before it's time for the harvest, you need to get some seeds and put them in the ground and water them and weed out, remove the weeds, attend to it. And then somewhere along the line, the seed that you put in becomes a harvest, right? And information is seed like that. So I consider everyone who comes on this platform a strategic person. First, if you hear something has to do with leadership and you show up, you are leadership material already. You are way, way ahead of everybody else in leadership, right? So we really appreciate everyone who joins us. So thank you. Good to see you. Yes, Babatunde and Chioma and Irene and Benga and Temitope and Uju and Joshua. Thank you. Love you too. And Bridget, good to see you. And Kainde, thank you. Afe from Nigeria. Thank you, Oladimeji. Thank you for Dr. Laliko from Toronto, Canada. And Bamidele from Benin. Chilembo is joining us from Zambia. Amazing. Joshua is in Lagos, Philip in Latvia, Benga in Nevada, and Lemuel is in Ondo State. Mark is in Uyo. Thank you, Lemuel, Chris, and Hart Basement, and Usman, and Adimpolan, Esther. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay, so again, just in case it's your first time ever here, we've joined the rest of the world that are making progress in the field of leadership to redefine leadership. It's not just about occupying a position or holding some big title and wielding authority over other human beings. Leadership is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. Ability to influence. Now, everybody has that ability. Everybody's got it, although it's lying dormant in some people. So once you define success only in terms of occupying a position and you are not a president or a governor, right, then most people just sign out of the discussion on leadership and then abandon their potential for influence. So those of us in our community, we're accepting responsibility. Leadership happens at all levels. We're developing our influence and we are using our leadership for good in this world. The world seems to be getting darker and darker now, and we want to shine our lights the brightest way we can. So welcome to this discussion. It's going to be brief. We usually do it only once a week, but I just got the inspiration to do this. We started on Friday, and then on Saturday, then Monday and Tuesday, and we're going to stop this run tomorrow, right? It's season. I like to work with seasons. And I'm not sure if it will ever happen again. Okay, so thank you for being here. Okay, so let's start the influence, right? Test the influence. Let's share the link to this session right now. You can drag someone in. Just send it directly to someone or share it generally or repost on social media. Yeah, that's the influence that we're talking about. And it is use or lose. You use it, it grows. You don't use it, you lose it. It reduces. Yeah. So let me repost it on X. Good. All right. So Our discussion since Friday has been on the fact that leadership has more impact on our finances than most people realize. Leadership has more impact on our finances than most people realize. If people knew how leadership can literally transform your finances, they will run to attend leadership sessions, to read leadership books, right? Because sadly, it's the hustle for survival actually that is that keeps a lot of people away from the leadership discussion. Because for them, it's like, you know what? I just want to be able to pay my bills. I just want to find what to eat. What's my business with leadership? Because they think it's only for those guys at the top. But those guys at the top don't have two heads. They don't have four hands. People like you and I who have built and are using or leveraging their influence. All right. In the videos that we showed when we were starting, you would have noticed from the testimonials, some people were talking about the 40-day reset program. The 40-day reset, it's a transformational program. Actually, we designed it, or we created it only for members of our inner circle. Only for members of our inner circle. The moment you sign up to be a part of the inner circle, we give you access to the 40-day leadership reset program. It consists of 40 videos. I recorded 40 videos on some areas that are important to the average person. The aim of the program is to give you a leadership mindset, give you some mindset adjustments, just so you can be able to flow with our community, right? However, I have an offer. On Saturday, this Saturday, the 13th of September, something big is happening. And you saw the video earlier on, at the College Park Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland. Something huge. It's the Shift Leadership Conference. We decided to hold only two this year. The first held in Lagos, Nigeria in February, and the second one is holding in the USA, right? And due to popular request, we decided to stream live the first session. There are two sessions, the general session and then the VIP. So we decided to stream the general session and to allow people from all over the world to join us. So this is the point. This is my offer. If you sign up to join the virtual session, then as soon as we end the conference, we'll give you access to the 40 days leadership reset program for free, just as a thank you, a gift, complimentary for being a part of the Shift conference. Whoa. No, you think about it, 40 videos. What value do you place on that? Woo! Shift-conference.com. Shift-conference.com. Sign up right away. Now, as we're speaking. Now. Sign up right now, right? That's apart from the fact that the conference itself is loaded, powerful. The general session is what is more than what the investment, right? That's what smart people do, isn't it? Oh my God. That's what leaders do. We take the word leverage seriously. Wherever we put in small effort and get big results, that's where we invest our energy and our resources. And that's exactly what we want to make this to be. 4 of us speakers, right? 4 of us, and each one alone is what you're attending the conference, right? 2 years ago when we had the conference in Maryland, I took all the sessions alone, right? And then this time I have 3 amazing people. Alicia Little is one of the best speakers on AI, artificial intelligence in the world. We call Alicia the queen of AI. She speaks all over the world. She trains executives, she trains senior management, she trains entrepreneurs, on how to use AI to crash the time that you use to achieve your goals. That's exactly what she's going to be doing. Woo! Some of the things we find confusing, some of the things we're employing people to do, AI is going to take care of all of them. She'll tell you how she uses AI to create a book in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Woo! And then we have Segun Otulano. Segun Otulano is a gentleman who says he had me at the age of 16 in Nigeria, came over to the US at the age of 18, did college, graduated, worked a bit, started businesses, and then in 2021, he sold one of the businesses for $1.25 billion. And I requested for him to please come and talk to us, share his story, and share some principles with us. Who doesn't want to make $1 billion? He agreed. Do you see what I'm saying? Just listening to him alone will be worth all of the investment in this conference. And then we have Cedric Nash, my good friend Cedric Nash. Cedric spoke at the Shift Conference Lagos in February, and it was a home run. It was so powerful. And many of the participants were blown away. But then there was one thing they said they would not forget in his presentation. There was this frame where this framework or graphic where he had his 22 streams of income that blew people's minds. Cedric is a serial entrepreneur, CEO of Black Wealth Summit, multi-millionaire, IT consultant, real estate. He's been doing real estate since he was in college. All right. Oh, wow. Anyway, I could go on and on and on and on and on. Woo! Shift-conference.com. If there's someone you love and you want their lives to change, if you know their email, just register for them, okay? Let the let the link go into their mailbox. Oh, wow. Okay. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Usman and Adebola and Esther, yes. Yes, Chilembo, I see you again. Thank you, Shemuel and Chimaroke. Gulushala from Ota, Ni. Yes, Ibrahim in Gombe, Nigeria, Lade, Lagos, Shemuel, Ni. Thank you, guys. Isaac, George, Conley from Belfast, Northern England, Northern Ireland. Oh, it's your first time. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I know we're joining us from all over the world and on all the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Mega Babs Mind is in Ondo State. Olayemi is in Abu Dhabi. Wow. Amazing. Thank you. Edstream, Lokogama, Abuja. Oh, amazing. Olayemi is in Lagos. Bamidele and Adekunle. Amazing. Thank you, Geraldine. Good to see you. Janet Parker, thank you. Thank you for always being here. We appreciate it. Thank you, Babatunde and Lambo Clinic, Emmanuel, Olufumilola, Doctor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Good to see you. Always. Thank you. And Felix and Darlington and Ibuku. Wow. Lensway TV. Emmanuel. Okay. So you will excuse me, right? Let's I know it's night already in some places, so I want us to share a little bit, right, on something that is really impossible, that is really, really important. Sorry. And this is the point we've been trying to make since the weekend, right? That developing leadership skills has direct impact on your finances. Developing leadership skills or leadership qualities has direct impact on your finances. So let me talk about one of those things that you develop when you develop leadership capacity. Ethical principles and practices, right? Alignment with ethical principles and practices. Wow, thank you guys. Oh, wow. I see people joining from so many countries. Toyosi is in Nigeria, Lensway TV is in South Africa, Jed Tech is in Ghana. Wow, Esther, Lagos, Anne is in Southern California, Joy in Lagos, Anu in the UAE, Young is in Muscat. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Marcos is in Austria. Amazing. Barnabas in Latvia. Chooks is in Lagos. This is just amazing. 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 All right. Did I mention? Oh, I haven't mentioned today yet, right? That we have sponsors for the Shift Conference. These are organizations, businesses, and churches that give us some amounts of money just to support the conference and make it possible for us to execute it with excellence. And because, therefore, of their donations, we are able to offer scholarships, 50 seats, 100% subsidized for college undergrads and high school students. College undergrads, in other words, only first degree, people pursuing the first degree, and high school students. So shift-conference.com, go and apply, right? Half of the seats have been taken already, or like 2/3 of the seats have been taken already. We have a few left. You apply and we admit. If you are outside of the United States, don't even bother, right? We're rejecting all of those applications. If you're running a postgraduate program, don't even bother. And we're going to check your ID at check-in, okay? But we have a passion, right, for growing leaders from when they are young. We've been doing it for decades now. So good, 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 good. Okay. Several years ago, a gentleman who lived in my neighborhood in Lagos, Nigeria, came and knocked on the door of my house with his uncle. And what did he want? He said, "Oh, Shala Jiboye said, I just registered for virtual Shift conference at USA." Whoa, amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. What did they want me to do? The young man had just been sacked by his employers, and his employer is a global conglomerate, right? So the office in Nigeria, he was working for, and it's in Nigeria, it's also a huge company, and he was fired. Now, I happened to be close to the CEO, and he knew. He wanted me to plead with the CEO for them to take him back. So I said exactly what happened. They had transferred him from another city, and when they transfer you from another city, they put you in the hotel, right? They put you in the hotel, and you pay, right? And they reimburse you. You submit, you just submit the papers every day or every week. They pay you back. His boss suspected that something was wrong. His boss suspected something was wrong. Mr. Timor says, some of us will be at work. Can I have the video after the conference? Oh, you just register for the conference, right? And everyone who registers will have at least 7 days replay access. Yep, you'll be able to watch it 7 days after the conference. Thank you. Okay, so the gentleman doctored the papers, the documents. The figures he was submitting were wrong. They were inflated, right? And his boss was suspecting something. So one of those days when he was at work, the boss went to the hotel, introduced himself, and asked for the bill, the correct bill. And then they saw the discrepancy. This company has zero tolerance for corruption. They fired him straight. He told me that, okay? He told me that. So Joy is asking, can Nigerian students apply for the scholarship? I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry, no. The scholarship is for students who will be able to show up physically. Well, since you asked, maybe I'll ask my team. Okay, let me not say no outright like that. Let me say to you, Joy, let me discuss with our team, and by tomorrow we'll have an answer. Okay. Mercy says, can someone join the conference via Zoom? There's online access, right? But you have to register for it, right? You got to register for it. Shift-conference.com. Shift-conference.com, right? People can join. You can join us from anywhere in the world, all right? Okay, so this gentleman told me himself. So I said to him, well, why would you do that? Why would you falsify the documents? Just in order to make some money. I'm sure you know it's wrong. What he said next shocked me. He said, well, there's no big deal. I'm not the first person to do it. Everybody's doing it. I just shouted. I said, what? Do you know who I am? Right? Because what happened was that the CEO happened to be a member of the church that I was pastoring. Right? Yeah, it's different from Daystar. It's another church, right? And so this was over 30 years ago, right? So I said, are you aware your CEO is that I am the pastor of your CEO? He said, yes. I said, so what do you think I am teaching in the church? That you would so confidently tell me it's not a big deal for you to steal from your employers. I said, gentlemen, you've got a lot of work to do. Honestly, so the problem here is that his brain was not connecting his problem, the problem in which he found himself, the disaster he had created for himself, with his lack of ethics, with his lack of integrity, right? So integrity means for you to keep your promises, right? It means for you to be integrated, for your words and your actions to align. Integer, if you remember that from mathematics, right? To be one, for you to be a trustworthy person, right? And I say to people, integrity is cash. So you look at the story that I just shared. Did the quality of integrity have anything to do with his finances? Absolutely. The guy lost his pay. He lost his salary, lost his job. Many people don't make that connection. If you are going to be a successful leader, you've got to have integrity. Okay, you got to be somebody that is trustworthy, somebody that is reliable, someone that keeps the promise or promises. The leadership dynamic runs on trust. People are not going to follow you if they don't trust that you know where you are going. And if they don't trust you to have their interest at heart, if they don't trust you to keep your promises, why would they follow? Right? So integrity runs on trust. When you are someone who does not live in line with your words, you don't keep your promises, then people see you as a hypocrite. If you say one thing and you do something else, they call you a hypocrite. Hypocrisy erodes the credibility of a leader. Hypocrisy erodes the credibility of a leader. I told you earlier on that leaders take the word leverage seriously. Leaders take the word leverage seriously because we always have to achieve big goals. Not only do I have to achieve a goal for myself, but now I have to achieve a goal. Come to think of it, if you're governor of a state, then you are achieving goals. You are leading millions of people to achieve goals. Those are huge goals. So you can't afford to waste your resources or waste your energy. So you're looking for where to make the least investment and to get the biggest results. And I'll tell you one thing that leaders have found out can really help: principles. Principles. Universal laws, like gravity, like electricity. A law is a universal fact. It holds true everywhere on the planet. If you jump from a 5-story building in your city, you're going down. You won't go up. And you won't need to pray. Right? And if you think there are witches in your city and you cross over to another continent, you jump from a 5-story building, you come down. Right? That establishes the presence of a principle. So principles have power. Principles have, whatever it is that pulls things down to the surface of the earth is power. The thing that lights up my light bulb, that powers my refrigerator and powers my TV set, it is power, right? Yes. So principles have power. So leaders, that's why leaders are voracious leaders and lifetime learners, because we want to keep discovering and discovering and discovering so we can leverage principles, right, to achieve goals. I'll tell you something though. So there's something we call principle-centered leadership. Principle-centered leadership. So leaders, successful leaders, leverage principles to do their leading. To do so, they themselves develop qualities that are similar to the qualities of principles. For example, principles are fair. Principles do not discriminate. If you're a president and you jump from the roof of a 5-story building, you're coming down. If you're a poor peasant farmer from one corner of the world and nobody knows your family name, if you jump from the roof of a 5-story building, you're coming down. How about we apply it positively, right? Yeah. There's the principle of reproduction, for example, or we call it the principle of sowing and reaping. Principles don't care. That principle doesn't care whether you are tall or short, you are rich or poor, you are powerful or powerless, you are black, white, brown, or green. If you put corn in the soil with the right conditions, corn will grow. So leaders that have integrity, leaders, right, that value principles, they also make sure that they do not discriminate, right? So you will find out leaders that have integrity are usually principle-centered leaders, so they don't discriminate, right? And they are empowering. They are empowering. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to keep us long. I know it's night already for some of us, but I guess the question you'll be asking in your mind is, so how do I develop integrity as a leader? How do I develop this quality of integrity? Well, number one, you got to have standards by which you will measure your integrity, isn't it? You need to define your core values. Define your core values. Values are principles and standards that control our decisions and our behavior. The word values is from the word value. It is the principles, the standards that we have given heavy weight, right? That we weigh more higher than we weigh other things, right? Yes. So if you value integrity, it means that you value being trustworthy more than making some fast bucks. The young man who was lying to his employers and lost his job. He valued money more than he valued his character. He valued money more than he valued trustworthiness. Right? So that's what we're talking about. Define your values. Define as a person your core values. How? Please go on Google and Google words that describe values. Words that describe values. All the ones that really matter to you. And honestly, some lists you will see 25, some you will see 100. Go for the 100 one. Just write down as many words. Some of us value health. You take your health seriously. Some of us value fun. Some of us value recreation or value rest, right? Some of us value relationships, right? Some of us value financial independence. You don't like to have to depend on someone or to beg someone for a dime, okay? So financial independence. Some of us value independence generally, right? I'm a very creative person. And I just found out very early enough in life that I needed autonomy. I needed freedom to be able to execute my crazy ideas, right? So some of us value independence, right? Good. So write down all the words that represent the things you value. Then come back, look at them. You will find out some are close in meaning to each other. Condense them and try to get the number down to 20. When you get them to 20, try to shrink them down to 10, because what we're looking for are not just all your values, but the core ones. That's the starting point. You want to have integrity, you've got to have standards. You've got to have principles that you live by. Define your core values. Next, let them control your decision-making and your actions. Let them control your decision-making. So when an opportunity comes, right, somebody says, can you come along with me for us to do this? Or, I got this business idea, would you do this? Or you have to make some decisions, maybe in your workplace. At all times, you have those values inside you and you use them to assess. I'll give you an example. I told at the pastor the church that I founded, Daystar in Nigeria. Early on, I told the leaders, I said, there's almost nothing I do here that I cannot delegate to you guys. Almost nothing. Running this meeting, counseling with people, praying for people, preaching. There's practically nothing I can delegate to you guys. I said, so if I ever have a conflict in decision making, I will delegate everything I can delegate, and I will go do the things I cannot delegate. And I said, for your information, I cannot delegate for you to be husband to my wife, and I cannot delegate for you to be father to my children. If there's ever any conflict between the two, and I'm saying that now, between attending to my wife or attending to my kids and the preaching, I'll delegate the preaching to you. I'll go do the one I cannot delegate. I was trying to communicate to them that I value family, right? So that's how you process, right? And you let those values dictate your decision-making and influence your actions. Because principles never change, right? This is important. Principles never change. What it means is that you're going to be a consistent person. After some time, people will be able to predict, even before they ask you. And then by the time, even when they ask you and you say whatever it is you want to do, they'll say, we know, that's what you will say, right? That's who you are. Now that is what trust is about. Every time I have sat on this chair, and it's been here for a while, every time I sat on it, it held me up. It did not fall down. If it crashed once and knocked me on the ground, the next time I came, I will not sit down confidently like I normally do. I don't even check whether it will hold me up or not. I just sit down on it. If it knocks me down, if I fall down, the next time I come, I'll use my hand to test and to see right. That's how people behave around leaders that don't keep their promises and that have no values. Okay? Let those values control your decisions and your behavior. Do everything possible to keep your promises. And that means you should make few of them. Be very slow in making promises, because once you make a promise, then you want to be sure you keep it. Learn to own your mistakes. Nobody is perfect. But then when you make a mistake, own it. People will learn to trust you, right? They will believe that you don't lie to them. Own your mistakes. Also learn to seek for advice. Nobody knows everything. Nobody knows everything. I called a protege yesterday to ask for advice. Okay? So seeking for feedback. Thank God we have that. That's why we have mirrors. I can't see my own eyes. Right? Good. So you need to be listening to other people. Take advice. And then be honest when you share information. Share information openly. There was a time when, as leaders, when we read the book, we kept it at home, we hid it, and then we came and said what we read in the book, and people will say, wow, believing that we were very smart. These days, it's becoming more and more difficult. Before you know it, they will find what you read online, right? And the world takes plagiarism even very seriously these days. So what do? If I'm reading a book that is very useful, I show it to my associates. They should go read it. It makes the team better, right? Finally, I said I was going to keep us. It's a big topic. Leaders all over the world right now are struggling, right? Leaders are struggling all over the world, right? You see what's going on in Nepal, right? The riots there is so sad. Oh my God, so sad. I just feel for, oh my God, they were attacking. Yesterday I saw videos and they were attacking federal ministers, right? Physically. Oh my, no. So sad. Burning their houses. So sad. So sad, right? And a lot of it borders on perception. The perception that leaders are not being truthful, the perception that leaders are corrupt, that they're taking most of the resources and they are not taking care of us and all of that. And that should tell all of us the world is asking for leadership now, demanding for leadership. That's why what we do in our community is just so important right now. The world needs good quality leadership, right? What we're discussing now, remember, information is seed sowing. What we're doing here right now in our community, it will show in people's life 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20, 30 years from now. You'll see the harvest coming from the seeds we're sowing in our hearts right now. Okay? Okay, let me end on this note. I have a billionaire friend, and the first time we met, I took the opportunity to ask him questions. But I remember one thing he said that day. I'll never forget what he said. He said, I'll tell you, he's a very wealthy man. He said, look, I'll tell you one thing I cannot do. I cannot lie. And it has affected the way I do business. I cannot lie. And he said it had to do with my upbringing. He said, if you told a lie, in my father's house, he would kill you. He said, at least that was the impression we children had. So it was safer for you to say the truth than for you to lie. So he said, I don't know how to tell a lie. And he said, there was one day that affected me in business. He was a supplier or a distributor. Yeah, he was a distributor for a company in Europe, right? You know, producing something really valuable. And he was one of 17 distributors in Nigeria. Somewhere along the line, the company in France found out. They got wind that something funny was going on. They carried out their discreet investigation, and they found out my friend was the only person. He's my older friend, right? He was the only person whose business was not cheating. They sacked all the other 16 distributors and made him the sole distributor. Just think of the impact of that. What 17 businesses were doing, they now give only your own business. Tell me if that's not money. I said, this leadership thing, it has direct impact on your finances. As you cultivate leadership qualities, just know integrity specifically is a big one. Don't give your environment as excuse. The interesting thing is principles don't respect locations. They're the same. Gravity is the same in China as it is in South Africa, as it is in Australia. It's the same. Electricity is the same, right? Let your integrity be the same wherever you are in the world. because principles work everywhere, all over the world. And we'll be here to celebrate with you the amazing promotions and transformation that will happen in your life. Don't forget, this Saturday is going to be life-changing for someone. It's going to be an experience someone will never forget the rest of their lives. I was speaking for Dr. Mensa Otobil, one of the finest brains Africa has produced, in March this year. And I shared the story how I went to a conference in Lagos, Nigeria in 1994, 31 years ago. And he was speaking. It was the first time ever I would hear him speak. And I was blown away. And he came there. He had 2 books on the bookstand. All the cash on me could buy only one. I bought the book. I read it. But then I was sharing the story publicly to say, I went to the conference to listen to him some years back. Now, somewhere down the line, we began to meet. We began to share stages, right, in different countries, speaking at the same conferences. And now here am I, invited to speak by the same amazing man, right? Information is seed. The harvest is coming. This conference, the Ship's Leadership Conference holding on Saturday, is going to be absolutely life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. Tonight, 12 midnight EST tonight was to be the deadline. We're stretching it to tomorrow, Thursday, 12 midnight EST. In Nigeria, that will be like 5 a.m. on Friday, right? All right. So if you are anywhere in the USA, it's absolutely worth the while for you to drive down or fly down or whatever. Let me especially speak to people in senior management. We have the VIP session on Saturday. So after the general session, 10 a.m. to about 1:15 p.m., we'll have about 30-minute break, and then we start the VIP session for senior leaders. It will start with lunch. That's part of the package, okay? What will be the difference? The difference is that at the VIP session, we'll be able to ask questions from all the speakers. We want to solve real problems right there inside that room. Individuals are going to change, families are going to change, organizations are going to change right there. So if you're a senior leader, register for the VIP session instead, okay? That automatically brings you into the general session. If you are VIP, you have a front row seat, okay? Then we have the level that we call, and then not only front row seat, there will be a meet and greet. I'll be meeting with everyone in the VIP session 1 hour before we start in the morning, right? We'll have snacks and things like that, some cocktail, so we can interact and you can network with other participants. Now there's a level that we call the founders level. The founders level, okay, you don't want to come into the VIP session, but you want to come mingle with them. You want to network with people in the VIP level. Then you get the founders ticket and you can join us at the meet and greet in the morning. This is just life-changing on many levels. That's why we're here. That's what I'm for. Changing lives. We've been at this for many years. Yesterday, one of the people on the session, typed in the chat room how he read my book, Ideas Rule the World, many years ago. He said he started on it 6 p.m. He did not stop until 4 a.m. He finished the book at 4 a.m. and started his IT company, which is the platform he's used to build his wealth. It's a fantastic, right? To join online, you can join us from anywhere in the world for the general session, anywhere in the world. So I'm asking you to register now. That's the smartest thing to do. If you are used to procrastinating, that's a problem. Leaders don't procrastinate like that. They are action-oriented. So make up your mind now, okay? How do you join? shift-conference.com. Just go online right now. Just go on your browser, shift-conference.com. And you just scroll through all the options that are there. For the students who want to apply for scholarship, I'll say again, if you're outside the USA, don't apply. We'll reject your application, okay? If you're within the USA, college undergrad, high school student, the link is there for the application. And then if you want to sign for the virtual session, join us virtually, the link is also there. Okay. Worms says, yay, I'll be at the conference in College Park. Got my ticket earlier this week. Yo, amazing. Let's spread the word. Let's spread the word. Life-changing experience. I always work with seasons. I can never guarantee anything. I do something this year, there's no guarantee I'll do it next year. I do something this week, no guarantee we'll do it, right? So, is there a deadline for registration? Yes, 12 midnight EST Thursday, right? Can someone register on the day of the event? Yes, but at a higher price, right? Yes, you'll be able to register at the venue, but the price will go up a bit. Bear with us. Exactly 1 week after the Shift conference, we'll be in Calgary, Canada. So we have a program that we call the Business and Accelerator Roundtable. That one is brain shifting. Only 20 to 25 people in the room, and I'll spend the whole Saturday with them. We're discussing massive growth, taking you from where you are now times 100, times 1,000, right? That's what happens inside the room. It's amazing. Thank you, Calgary, Canada. You guys have been amazing. I think we have only 3 seats left. So if you are anywhere around Calgary or in Canada, you can fly down. You had better register now. bla.samadeyemi.com, bla.samadeyemi.com/live. bla.samadeyemi.com/live. And then October 6 to 9, that will be like 2 weeks after Calgary. October 6 to 9, we have the C-Suite High Impact Retreat, right? High Impact C-Suite Strategy Retreat in Dubai. This is for high-level leaders in government, founders and CEOs, maximum number 20. This was to hold in July, but for some of the developments in the Middle East, so we pushed it. So because of the clash that some of our registered attendees have with their schedules, we have some 2 or 3 seats left. So for that, send us an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com, info@samadeyemiglc.com, or go on my link tree. There's a link there in my bio on social media. Click on it, right? Click on it, and you'll find a link for this one, or send us an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com. Our office will reach out to you fast. Now, we spoil the people that come. We spoil. The venue is like a 7-star hotel. It's high end. They spoil you, okay? Why? Because the people we're dealing with work so hard, they hardly have time to breathe. So we want to pull them out. And then we discuss things they don't teach you in the MBA class. Serious issues, okay? Fantastic. All right. Thank you, everyone. Amazing. Has this been helpful? Has this been helpful? If this has been helpful, can you type Y, just letter Y, in the chat room, right? If I get 5, then I know this is helpful. If not, I'll go and prepare better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So we'll be back same time tomorrow, and that will be the last in this series. Okay, this special series. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your evening or the rest of your day, or have a restful night. And if you're in Australia, you're ready in the next day. Have an amazing day ahead. Much love from me and every member of our team. Shift-conference.com. Register now and see you on Saturday on site or online. Bye for now. Hello there. If you're old enough, you'll remember the logarithm tables. I know that may sound strange to young people, but these were tables that we used to simplify complex calculations in mathematics when I was in high school. The calculators came and took them out. That's exactly what AI is doing. So I'm excited that Alicia Little, the queen of AI, will be with us at the Shift Leadership Conference USA on September 13 at the College Park Marriott, Hyattsville, Maryland. Now, Alicia teaches how you can prompt AI to reply your email, reply to the reply, set of appointments for you, and then put it in your calendar. She'll say a whole lot more, and we'll have our other speakers there, right? But this is the important thing. I am happy to announce that we'll be streaming live. You can join us from anywhere in the world. So register right away, and I'll see you on September 13.